Hello, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Argus C44 rangefinder camera. I just picked this up today at an antique store. I didn't know much about it. I saw it actually yesterday, and I went back today and picked it up after doing some research. Came with the leather case. It's saddle leather. I can take this off. I already unsnapped it. It has a snap in the back here, and then there's 3 on the bottom. So I'll just take that off. So camera was a little dirty when I got it, but I cleaned it up, took the lens off, cleaned all that. It actually is in pretty good shape. It's from they made this camera from 1956 to 1957 before they replaced it with the C44R. Not a whole lot of differences between the two, just some with the wind and rewind buttons were a little different, and a couple others little cosmetic changes. I'll take the camera out of the case, although I left it in there today. I went and shot it for the first time. I actually put 2 rolls of film through it because I shot my first roll and I kept rewinding it after each shot. Well, I wasn't paying attention to the counter here, which you set at the number of exposures you have. So like today I had 24, so you set it at 24. See if it'll focus there. And it goes down, and once it gets to 0, obviously you have to rewind it. Well, I didn't. I kept winding it, and the film ripped out of the canister. So I opened it up, and it obviously exposed all the film in there. So I will take it out, unscrew this for the tripod mount, and then it just lifts out of there. Here's the camera. Pretty basic camera, not a whole lot to it. Pretty sturdy. It's obviously this top piece, I'm not sure if it's metal or not. I think it's probably just plastic coating, but pretty solid though. It's pretty heavy. These 2 top knobs, I believe, are just plastic chrome, but the rest of this is metal, and it's pretty heavy. The one thing that a lot of people complain about with these cameras is to take the lens off and on. It is kind of quite the process. To do that, you have to set the focus to infinity, and then under here there's a little lever there, and you push that in, and you turn the camera about a quarter of a turn, and then it comes off. I haven't had as many issues with it as other people have, but it takes a little getting used to, and it's certainly not the fastest. So you can see the shutter there. I'll show you that. To wind the camera, when you're facing it here, you wind it this way, about a full rotation, actually about rotation and a half, takes a little while, and then there's the shutter. I'll show you that. So not the quietest shutter ever for a rangefinder, but so I'll show you how to mount it. If you can see here, I'm not sure if you can see the light there. There's a dot here. I'll use this. there's a red dot here and a red dot there, and that has to line up with the red dot here and the red dot there. So there's 4 dots basically that have to line up. So you line those 2 up there, and this will move. Let's see that. So you'll want to line up those 2 red dots, and yeah, you just line it up like you would any other interchangeable lens. Now this is kind of tricky. You put it on there and then you rotate it until you hear that noise, and then you're locked on. You're ready to go after that. So now you can focus it, all that. The lens is on there. It's not going to fall off. So again, I don't know if I just got a camera that's in a little bit better shape or what the deal is, but mine's pretty smooth, and as far as changing lenses, so it's not too bad. I haven't seen the results yet because I haven't developed the film. I have one roll, just cheap Fujifilm, 400 speed, that I'll go develop later. Like I said, my other roll, I did put it in here, got ruined. I opened the camera up and it was all it all came out of the canister. I'll show you how to change film here in a second. So this right up front here is the aperture ring. Goes down to 2.8 and all the way up to f/22. Really cool lens. Obviously I haven't seen the results from it, but from what I've heard, they're pretty good lenses. This one is it's kind of the standard 50mm 2.8. This one is an Argus lens. It is made in the USA. The other lenses that come with it are a 35mm and a 100mm. They're not as fast. Those lenses, though, are supposedly a little bit higher quality as far as optics go, and those ones are made in Germany. Off to the side on the front here, this is your shutter speed. Kind of a weird shutter speed. This is my first rangefinder camera, so I'm really not used to some of their different quirks. And obviously this wasn't a super high-end one, although it is still a nicer camera. But for its time, lowest shutter speed is 1/10 of a second, then it goes up 25, then 50, then 100, and then 300 is the fastest. And then there is a bulb setting. To focus the camera is this ring here. That focuses it. You can use this knob up here, but to do it with one finger, you know, the idea is that when you're, you know, taking pictures that you focus it like that, but I would not recommend doing that. It's not very easy. That'll wear your finger out pretty quick, so I find it's easier to do this. It is a little stiff. It's not the easiest to turn. It's fairly smooth, but it's not the easiest to focus, but it works. So up top here you have your wind button. Before I took an exposure, so to wind it you twist it about a turn and a half, might even be close to 2 turns. As I showed before, that's the amount of exposure you have left, and then your rewind. Now, just for reference, so it doesn't happen to you what happened to me, when you are done with your film, when you're done with your roll, you've taken 24 pictures, 36, 12, whatever it is, whatever roll you're using, you will pull this wind up and then turn it about half a turn or so in the opposite direction the arrow is pointed. And then you can rewind your film. Obviously this is spinning pretty freely because there's no film in there right now. It does take a long time to rewind, and then yeah, you'll be able to tell when it's stopped. This will feel a little different, and also this spins when you're rewinding it. It'll be spinning around, and then when your film is in the canister, when it's done winding, this will stop. That's when you know for sure. Again, today I wrecked that roll of film just because I kept winding, and it eventually just ripped the canister out, or the film out of the canister. So to take the to load film, take the back off. It's the back and the bottom come off, and to do that you have this here. There's some slots in there for if you want to use like a penny or a nickel or something like that. You can do that. Otherwise, there's enough of a lip there where you can grab it, and it's not too difficult. So you can hear it pop off there, and then it just falls out. So you can see there, it's the bottom piece there that comes out, and the back. So that is the back. Pretty simple to load. You just stick it in this side here and advance it over. I do like just show you here, I do like how they load this one, just because there's this piece here that you can slide the film under. It's really quick and pretty fast to load. Pretty simple. I did take this apart right after I bought it today and cleaned the viewfinders out. Viewfinder, and then this side too. So the viewfinder is really clean now, and I don't know if none of these come with a lines in the viewfinder to help compose your shot, but this one does not have it, so you kind of have to guess a little bit. And I can make another video after I get some more rolls of film through it and kind of know how it works a little bit more. So to put it back on, you just, same thing, pretty simple. Pop it in there and twist that back over. Once you get to use it, it is different camera. It's definitely a little different than what I'm used to. This is my first rangefinder. This one, the rangefinder appears to be adjusted correctly, at least for close distances. It might be a little off higher end. I'm not sure. I really don't know that much about rangefinders, so if you want to put some comments in the bottom below, please do. So I believe that covers everything. It does have a hot shoe up here, so you can hook up a flash. Otherwise, you can put a viewfinder up here, which I'm thinking about doing. I'll see what kind of pictures I get out of the camera. I want to shoot black and white with it, but I don't obviously have access to black and white here in South Dakota at any store, so I'll have to order some in. Other than that, that about covers the camera. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll answer them either there, or I may even make another video on it. Overall, it's a really cool camera. I really like it. It's pretty solid, and we'll see what kind of pictures it takes once I get them back.